Hi, this is Derek with Tedler Garden Center, and behind the camera is Melissa.
Hi guys.
And today I'm going to talk about how to make a fall porch pot, and I'm going to let Melissa talk about the kits that we offer for this class.
Perfect. So right now for fall we are offering a $40 kit that gives you everything you need to make a beautiful fall porch pot right at home. And so we will pull everything together for you and you will get a plastic pot like this. It's a 12-inch pot. You'll also have potting soil that fills the pot and then a choice of, we will select four nice fall flowers or foliage for you. So, and then if Derek can hold up, you'll also have three fall picks that are included in there too. And we're going to show you guys how to put this stuff to work today and how to put it all together. Derek's going to talk a little bit about some of the plants that we offer in there too,
Yes.
right?
Yes, thank you. So I'm just going to cover the plants that are on the table, and again, it's going to be a variety. There may be different ones chosen, but I'm just going to kind of cover a few of them for you. On this side, we have ornamental peppers. They're more, that's their kind of their fruit, I would say, and they just have a really stunning colors. They
Can
come
you
in,
eat them?
well, you can, but they're really hot. I actually tried one. They're
Ah,
they're very hot, and they're really meant for more for ornamental, but they are technically edible.
yes.
So that's the color on that one, just a really nice fruit. It comes in purple and orange, and sometimes they'll start this color orange and turn red, and they're like two-tone, but then they kind of change as the season goes.
They're one of my favorites. I
They're
always love to use those in my
they're
fall
very
pots.
cool, and they last a really long time in containers.
Yes, they do.
This one we have, this one's cabbage, which it looks like a small plant right now, but this one is a very cold tolerant plant and does all of its growing in the fall. And I'm just gonna try to pull this out and hopefully you can see the picture.
Yeah,
It
it,
becomes a very beautiful round head of cabbage. And as the days get cooler, you'll see that there's purple on there, but that actually gets more intense as the season goes.
I've had mine in my pots as long as like mid-December before, and they just kept getting bigger and prettier as it got colder.
Yeah, they last I
So,
mean, I've easily way through Thanksgiving, way into December is not
yeah.
unusual. This one we have a Croton, which is a house plant. So this one's for the colorful leaves. If you want to take this inside when your pot's over, you totally could, and you could have it as a house plant.
I love this one too. It's so pretty.
This one is tricolor sage, which is an edible sage, right?
Yes, it totally
Okay, I thought
is.
so. And you can use it for seasoning, but we in this container it's just for the color variegated leaves.
Yeah. So pretty for the variegation, but I love having something I can use in a pot too.
That's true. This one is your typical mum. It's a 4.5-inch mum. It is going to be purple, like you'll see the colors right there, which I thought goes really nice with the
Yeah.
cabbage. So that's that one, nice and hardy. Hasn't flowered yet. They last a long time. Celosia over here with the crazy
Oh, I
looking
love that
blooms,
guy. Look at that pretty foliage on that too.
nice and purple. And we have pansies. This one's a nice deep purple. Those are also very cold tolerant.
They sure are.
And for our last one, we have the coral bells, which this is actually a hardy perennial. So after the season is over, if the ground's not too hard, you can go ahead and put this in the ground and in the shade, and it will survive year after year in the ground.
I love how there's a selection of things that you can get like a second use out of. So we have like
Yeah,
a house plant, we have an herb, we have a perennial that you can get another second life out of. So that's super fun.
yeah, it's really nice when you have dual purpose. So I'm going to show you how to put this together. And one thing you want to think about is which side is the pot going to be on? Is it going to be next to a house, like where I would be the house in this scenario, and it's going to be close? In that case, you might want to consider putting something taller in the back. I'm also going to remove a few of these so it's a little bit more representative of what you'll have in a kit.
Perfect. So we would, I think Derek is going to use these four in producing his pot today, which would be similar. You would have four flowers in your kit when you get yours. So he's going to show us how to put them together, how to pot them up.
Yes. So the first thing you want to look for is which item is the tallest, and in this case it's kind of even between those two, but this one's really wide. So I'm going to try this one, and just going to set it there for now. I'm not going to plant it yet.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to design this out a little bit and see what I like before I put it in the ground. Put this mum on this side. I think I'll try the cabbage in the front because that will be some nice. The pepper to the side. So I obviously put that together pretty fast, but this is the stage where I always like to tell people to slow down and try different things. See if what would be nicer and see what you like the best and see what's going to work. Another one, as I said, the tallest item in the back. But let's say you want the middle to be the tallest. Well, these are 4 plants, so it seems like it's going to be higher on one side than the other anyway. But you could try to put that a little bit more toward the center and move these around, or like that. And they're going to grow and fill out. But that's kind of a way to have the more taller in the center.
And that would be more if you could see that pot from all different sides.
Yeah, it's made to look good on all sides.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to do the one where the tallest is in the back, and I'm
Okay.
going to work it toward the front.
Perfect.
So the next thing you'll want to do is, now that I've got the design picked out, I'm going to take out the ones I don't need yet, and I usually will try to put it on the table like I had it so I don't forget.
Okay.
So
Kind of map it out there.
yes. So I'm going to put the Croton in first. What you'll want to do is pop it out, and if the roots are very tight, try to loosen the roots a little bit,
Okay.
just like that. And then just put right in. Ooh, that really came out.
This is just regular potting soil next that you're using there.
Yeah, this is just regular potting soil.
Okay. So nothing special for our fall plants, really.
If you have a bent over leaf, you can just kind of trim that off if you ever bump into it. And you can always go like that, and it kind of gives it more of a natural shape. If you ever run into that, that's how you fix it. So the Croton's in there, and the next one I'm going to do is the mum over to one side. And if you're ever doing 2 pots, always remember to try to mirror. So if I'm planting this one on this side, my second pot, it's going to be on the other side.
Yep.
That looks the best for flanking a front door. So that's the mum in there. Next one I'm going to do is the cabbage.
Beautiful.
And this is purple, and this has got touches of purple in it. It's always nice when you get things to work with.
I can't wait to see when that guy grows.
Yeah, it's a little small right now, but like I said, there'll be a
It's like
big.
a beautiful flower.
is.
It's like a foliage flower. That's how I always like kale and cabbage are one of my favorites.
And the last one is this pepper. This one has very tight roots. So when I talked about loosening it,
You loosen those up a little bit.
yeah, and that just encourages it to grow in there and to grow throughout the pot so that the roots are evenly distributed, so you won't have to water it as much.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put that last one in. You can see that it goes, once you get started, it actually goes pretty fast.
Yes, it does. Oh, that looks really
Yeah,
nice there.
that's really nice.
It would look perfect just like that if we wanted to leave it that way, wouldn't it?
Yep, you could leave it like that. In this kit, it has picks, so I'm going to add those next. But it does look good even the way it is. So for these, I try to figure out where it's going to land when I put it in there, because you can, if you cut too tall, that's okay, but if you cut too short, you can usually get it to work, but sometimes they tip over really easy.
Yeah.
So it's better to try not to cut too short.
Yeah. Cut
So
a little bit and then cut a little more.
yeah, so if you have to go to the edge of a table, and you'll want to stick these in pretty far, so just kind of judge how much is going to go underneath. I'm going to try it there and see how it looks.
And
These
these
are-
are kind of just some dried, well, these are palm caps I think you're using, but
Yeah, they're palm caps.
dried florals.
So I figured out about these is this is where, like, if there was like a coconut type feature, that's what the end of it. I never knew that, but that's what they are. So the nut or fruit would form in the middle, and this is like the cap, like the end of a banana, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it falls out, and that's what you're left with.
Cool.
I didn't know that
Somebody's
for.
been busy collecting a lot of those.
Yes, so collecting a lot of them for uses in porch pots. So when I put these in, I try to aim to see very little of the stick. So I'm actually going to cut it a little bit shorter.
Okay. So it might take a couple tries to get that just right.
Yes, I'm going to turn it this way. And I'm going to put that one is in.
Perfect.
I'm going to try to do one a little bit taller. I'm also going to see about doing 2 different ranges in heights, so it gives it a little bit more of a dynamic.
Yep.
Like that. See,
This
that
is
looks.
just something you kind of play with. There's
Yeah,
no
it's-
exact rules, right?
Even as an expert potter, I guess I would say, it's very normal to take out and put back in until it's just the right direction that you like it. So for this pumpkin, I'm I'm trying to get my artist's eye and see where the best spot it could go. I'm going to try a couple different places, so I'm actually going to leave it a little bit long so I could try it before I say for sure. Not really liking it so much on that side, so I'm going to probably put it here, and I'm going to have to shorten it a little bit more. But when I shorten it, I'll show you how that's going to be really, really nice and balanced. When you're doing three, it's better to do 3 different heights instead of one like line across, if that makes sense. I thought that would look just a little bit more and it'll be perfect. See, it's just kind of poking and peeking out there on the edge. So I've got my 3 different heights there. I think it looks really great. So what I would do from this point is I would go ahead and water it right away, and then when you're checking for water in the future, this is all planted in fresh soil, so it will tend to stay a little bit wetter than some of the other fall plants you can buy, like a mum in a pot, for example, will dry out really quick if you've ever seen that, because they're very root bound. This isn't so root bound, so you could probably, what I would do is I would actually just check the soil and see how it feels. If it still feels moist, let it go another day and keep doing that until it feels dry, and eventually you will learn its schedule. And again, that's weather dependent and everything like that, so you'll have wet weeks and dry weeks and warm weeks and cool weeks. So you'll get a lot of different things going on, but put this out in the sun and you'll have lots of flowers to enjoy for the whole fall season.
Perfect. Thanks so much for showing us how to do it today, Derek.
You're welcome. Thanks for watching, everybody. See ya.